Hello, my Wolfpack, and welcome to a Team Builder episode for the TBL Week 2. So, yes, we are moving into Week 2. Week 1, we didn't do so hot. We took a 3-0 lead, 3-0 lose, sorry. So, we did lose quite badly. Reflecting on it, though, had the Ditto have not been scarfed, had it have been leftovers or something, if you wanted to get my Porygon 2, maybe, had that have happened, we would have had a chance to win. We would have definitely had a good chance to win. But, alas, it didn't. So I'm not going to go on there. I think this week I need to make sure I don't panic. Because I really did panic a little bit last week. I don't know if I showed it too much, but I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Just because I was really scared. I heard his battling, was just incredible. But I think this week we are going to go back to my original kind of strategies on team building. I'm going to see how that works. So I've gone back how I would normally build a team rather than trying to work on each individual mom. And I hope that it's going to work out well for us. I hope. So on this week we are versing the Wisconsin Whimsicotts, and this is a quite scary team. So we have Alakazam, Milotic, Mega Abomasnow, Alolan Raichu, Garchomp, Victini, Togedemaru, Barbaracle, Blaziken, Aerodactyl, and Umbreon. So it was really difficult for me to actually try and pinpoint 6 of these that I think would be in a team. I've put the top 6 there, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think Togedemaru, Barbaracle, or Blaziken are going to come. I just think that I think Aerodactyl, there's a chance of Aerodactyl coming instead of Alakazam, but I really think the Alakazam is going to come to try and stop my Donphan from setting up rocks. Umbreon could also come as a just destructive being that I have got coverage for it, but it's going to be one of those tough ones to deal with, so it could come. I think the Victini and Garchomp are 100% coming. I feel like one of them is going to be scarfed, and that is the most scary part, because if they're scarfed, they can do quite a bit of wreckage through my team. Garchomp is especially kind of worrying. Yeah, Alolan Raichu, I think that's coming purely because I've got the Tapu Koko. I don't know if he'll think I'm not bringing the Tapu Koko just because, you know, the Surge Surfer doubles the speed. But I have worked out through that what we can do. Mega Abomasnow I think will probably come just because I can't really cover it too well with my team. I looked through and I was like, actually, this mon isn't the easiest thing to cover with my team, but I have tried my best to kind of cover all mons on this team. Milotic, I think, is definitely coming as well. It's just a wall. It's a huge wall that I have to overcome. But I think I have got the team to actually do it this week. And then Alakazam, Magic Bounce, I think there's a possibility of that coming just to stop my Donphan from setting up rocks, because that is something that I do love to do. Togedemaru, I really don't think it'll come. I just don't think that it's got the best matchup with my team. And I feel that Alolan Raichu is a better pick for this week. Barbaracle, again, I think Milotic's a better pick. And then Blaziken, I think Victini is a better pick. I don't think you want 2 fire types on your team. Aerodactyl, as I said, might come. Taunt, Stealth Rocks, possibly even Planium Z. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But yes, a very scary team, and I've tried my best to put together a good team. So we are now going to go over to this tab, this screen, and I'm going to start showing you my team for this week. So first of all, we have Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is holding the Eviolite. It's got Trace, because I would quite like, if the Garchomp is rough skin, I would quite like to Trace that. There are a couple of other abilities that I like the look of. Alakazam's Magic Bounce could be quite nice, especially if he brings Aerodactyl as well. Milotic, I believe Milotic has the defense boosting one. I can't think. Is it Marvel Scale or is it Multi Scale? It's one of those two. I can never remember which one it is. I think it's Marvel Scale. And if I get status, it doubles my defense, which I'm already defensive as heck. So that'd be quite a nice one to have. Alolan Raichu, if I can get the Surge Surfer, I can probably get a few more hits off. Barbaracle, I don't know what it has. Togedemaru, I can't think of his ability off the top of my head. I think it has Iron Barbs, maybe? Does it? I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that Trace just worked quite well this week. Could have done download, but I think Trace would be a little bit better in my opinion. So we have Recover, Ice Beam, Toxic, and Shadow Ball. So Recover is obviously to heal ourselves up because we need to do that occasionally. Ice Beam is to cover that Garchomp. What else is it covering? I think it's trying to cover a couple of other things. So the Aerodactyl, it can also cover as well. Sorry, I'm looking at this screen here because it has all my notes on it. It can kind of cover Mega Abomasnow somewhat. So Ice Beam has got a little bit of coverage. Then we have Toxic just to generally wear down Mons because I think that's going to be handy this week. Especially for that Umbreon. I think we need that. Umbreon could be running Heal Bell. I think it learns Heal Bell. Or some kind of healing move. So that's a possibility, but we will see. And then Shadow Ball is to cover Victini, because Victini, I'm hoping it's going to be physical. If it's special, then no, if it's special, we're fine. But if it's physical, Porygon 2 can cover it pretty well. It's only going to do, I think, up to 50% with V-Create, and then it lowers its defense, special defense, and speed. So if it's Choice Scarf and faster, well, I think it's faster regardless, I can Shadow Ball and do a great deal of damage, and then I can also recover up, just because I get a lot of, like, it doesn't do that as much damage to me because I'm max defense. So EVs on this one, as I just kind of alluded to, we have max HP, max defense with a bold nature, some more defense and less attack, and then 4 EVs and special attack just to hit that tiny little bit harder. Yeah, I think this Mon is going to do so much, even if it's just like stopping other Mons. Like if we get Shell Smash Barbaracle then I think that this can just kind of wall it for a little while. I can Recover Stall, I can Shadow Ball. I think Porygon 2 is going to be super handy this week. Second of all, we have a very, very similar set to last week on Alcomo. We have Life Orb, Bulletproof again. Bulletproof will stop things like Focus Blast, Shadow Ball. I don't know if any of those are really going to be too relevant this week, but Soundproof isn't really too... I could have gone Overcoat, I should have gone Overcoat really, but I think Bulletproof, it can be somewhat handy if something is trying to use Shadow Ball or Focus Blast like Alakazam. And then we have, on this, Autotomize, Flamethrower, Clanging Scales, and Focus Blast. So Autotomize is obviously to double our speed. Focus Blast is to deal... What's Focus Blast dealing with? Focus Blast deals with Togedemaru, Barbaracle, Mega Abomasnow, Umbreon. What else does it deal with? It can do some damage to Milotic, and it can do some damage to Garchomp. Obviously, we have a better move for Garchomp. We have Clanging Scales, Garchomp, and also covers Victini partly as well. Yeah, it will take out a lot of the Mons there, so that's fine. Flamethrower takes out... What does Flamethrower take out? Flamethrower takes out the Togedemaru, the Mega Abomasnow, 100% takes out. Like, I think it's like 177% damage, so... We're good there, and we're definitely faster. Even if we get Ice Shine, I think that only does like 40 damage. 40% damage, not 40 things. And then Flamethrower we also have for maybe Alola Raichu as well. I don't know, like... Flamethrower is mostly there for the Mega Abomasnow and the Togedemaru, just for that 100% accuracy. And then EVs on this thing, we have 180 in speed. So this was basically meaning I can get an Autotomize up, and Garchomp, I then outspeed a Scarf Garchomp by 1 point after an Autotomize. So that is... Well, no, I think it's 2 points actually, but yeah, that just is handy. It's handy. So hopefully I'll get that early game. This can come in and sweep. Or like this can come in like mid-game and just sweep through. Hopefully is what I'm thinking. Max special attack with a modest nature, some more special attack and less attack. 20 in defense and 56 in HP. That basically means that I believe I can live an Outrage from Garchomp. And it's... Oh, no. It does one-hit KO me if... I think, like, it's like got an 80% chance. Sorry, I can't talk. I think it's got an 80% chance to one-hit KO me there. So, yeah, like that was just like making sure it was the lowest chance there. Really, this thing is for Garchomp quite a great deal, but I think it can do things to Umbreon, it can do things to Barbaracle, Togedemaru, Mega Abomasnow. It's got good coverage this week. Third of all was Blastoise. Now, I was really unsure on bringing Blastoise initially. I was like, do I actually want to bring this Mon? And then I was like, no, I really do want to bring this Mon, because it just deals with so much. We're holding Assault Vest, Torrent, So Torrent is obviously increasing my Scald damage late game, hopefully, when I'm probably lower on health. Scald, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, and Rapid Spin. So Rapid Spin is to get rid of hazards in case that Magic Bounce happens or the Aerodactyl happens. Dark Pulse is to deal with Victini, Garchomp. Well, no. Dark Pulse is to deal with Alakazam, sorry. I'm losing my mind. Alakazam, and can deal with a Alolan Raichu if I absolutely have to. If I absolutely have to, it can go there. Ice Beam covers Garchomp, a great deal. I think it one-hit KOs it. Aerodactyl also, but again, Scald kind of works there. What else is there? Like Mega Abomasnow, somewhat cover. Obviously, I don't want to be in against the Mega Abomasnow. And then we have Scald as well. So Scald covers Victini. Can cover Garchomp to try and get that burn. Aerodactyl, Blaziken, Togedemaru somewhat, because I believe Togedemaru is normally run offensively. And I did say Blaziken, didn't I? And possibly even Umbreon as well. And then the Dark Pulse can also cover Milotic. I think we can wall a Milotic quite happily with this thing, unless he's running HP Grass, not Glass. I don't know. I really don't know. And then on this thing, we've got max special defense and max HP with a calm nature, not careful, calm nature with more special defense and less attack, 4 EVs and special attack. So this mon is obviously going to have to use all physical attacks, all attacking attacks. Not physical, like offensive attacks, that's the word. And I think that these moves are going to do a great deal of damage in general. So hopefully this will be good. Also, like an Alakazam Psychic is only doing like 20% to me, so this Blastoise is hopefully going to do a great deal. It is mostly here for the Victini and the Alakazam, but it has got such good coverage on the rest of the mons that I couldn't just not bring it. And then fourth up, we have a Donphan, fairly similar to last week. We have leftover Sturdy on this thing. Stealth Rock, obviously I really want my Stealth Rocks up. It can do a great deal of damage to Victini, can get that chip damage on Garchomp. Can break a Sash on Alexander who's running Sash counter. Milotic, I'm taking any damage I can get. Aerodactyl does a relative amount. Umbreon, I want any damage I can get. Blaziken doing damage. Alolan Raichu, I need that little bit of damage so Tabu Koko can take it out. Hopefully in one. I think there's a percentage chance to take it out in one. Togedemaru isn't really doing much to it. Barbaracle, not really doing too much to it, but any damage is nice. And then Mega Abomasnow, it does, I think, 25%. So, does it do 25%? I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but it does enough damage. And then we have Earthquake for our stab. Strong attack. Victini, this covers. Blaziken, this covers. What else does it cover? It covers Alolan Raichu. Covers Togedemaru. Covers Barbaracle, if I really want to be there. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can live a liquidation, but hey ho, hey ho. Alakazam also, it can cover that as well, but we've also got the knockoff there to cover Alakazam. Ice Shard is there for the Garchomp in case it's in case it is what? I can't think what I'm trying to say. In case it's Scarfed, because then I can get some damage off on it. I think it does about 70-ish%, I believe. I can't recall 100% off my head, but I know it wasn't a full knockout. Also, I'm thinking Ice Shard for the Aerodactyl as well. I think it does about 40-45% on the Aerodactyl. I'm just thinking if the Aerodactyl is a taunt version, so I'm likely to send in my Donphan first. That's the aim on this match, to send in Donphan and get Stealth Rocks up. But if the Aerodactyl comes in first, I'm going straight for a knockoff and then an Ice Shard, and I believe that should take it out unless he's got defense investment. That, I'm hoping, is going to work. Knockoff, again, is there to cover things like Alakazam, that one hits it. Alolan Raichu does a great deal of damage, but we've also got Earthquake there. Just general knockoffs can be handy. Victini, I might need it on there, especially if it's Scarfed, just because he's going to wreck through my team if not. Yeah, and Umbreon, I would quite like to get that leftovers knocked off. I'm pretty sure it's going to be leftovers. If not, I don't think it'll be Rocky Helmet. I'd like to get all leftovers off Milotic, depending on what they're running. But yeah, I'd like to get rid of items, quite honestly, this week. Then max HP, max attack on this thing with an Adamant Nature, some more attack, less special attack, and 4 in special defense. I thought, you know what, we need a little bit more special defense here just in case. And next up we have Scizor. So Scizor, I was like, do I bring Scizor or Zangoose? I did decide to bring Scizor in the end because it just has that one up on a couple of more Mons. So we have the Scizorite, obviously because it's Mega Scizor. Technician, because that can be super handy. We've got Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, Bug Bite, and Superpower. I did consider Roost over Superpower, but then I thought Superpower just covers the Togedemaru and the Barbaracle, things that may kind of wall us if we do kind of stay in. I can't think. I'm literally losing my mind. So we have Swords Dance, obviously, to increase our attack up. We have Bullet Punch, which I can't think where that hits. It hits Aerodactyl. It can hit Umbreon. It can hit Alolan Raichu somewhat, but we'll probably use the Bug move. Hits Barbaracle neutral. Hits Mega Abomasnow quite well. Yeah, so kind of getting quite a great variation of damage. We've got Bug Bite, which hits... does it hit? Doesn't really hit Victini, but it hits it neutrally, so can deal with that. Hits Alakazam, hits Umbreon a great deal, hits Alolan Raichu, yeah, hits Mega Abomasnow as well. So I think this one hits Mega Abomasnow as well. So yeah, Bug Bite is going to be kind of handy there. Also, if any berries are about, I can deal with them. Superpower was to cover the Togedemaru and Barbaracle, as I said. Also the Umbreon, if I just need a little bit more edge there. Yeah, I think that this set is kind of going to be handy. Scizor just covers so many of the mons this week, so I think that's going to be handy. I keep on saying handy. Don't really want to see it with the Victini at all. I don't want to see a Blaziken or Victini near this thing. If I do, it's going down guaranteeably. And then we have max HP and max attack on this thing with Adamant Nature, and then 8 in defense, so 2, 4, 8 in HP, sorry. I just thought there's a little bit more like defense on there. Yeah, I think hopefully this is going to be handy. If I can get a couple of Swords Dancers up and Bullet Punch my way to victory, I will be very happy. And then our last one, we have Tabu Koko, and I was very, very dubious of bringing this purely because of the Alolan Raichu, and then I had a look at the calcs, and I was like, actually, this might work relatively well. So we have Shucker Berry, which decreases the effectiveness of ground-type moves when they're super effective. This means that we can live an Earthquake from Garchomp, and Dazzling Gleam can do a great deal of damage. We have Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, U-Turn, and Roost. So Roost is to heal up after expecting an Earthquake. Also, in case the Alolan Raichu has a HP ground for some reason, I'm not expecting it, but it might be a case. So we have the Shucker Berry there. Thunderbolt is going to do a great deal of damage to the Water types, Milotic as well. I can't think what else it does. Good damage. I think it does relative damage to Victini. I can't think what else. It actually does relative damage to Alolan Raichu as well. I think it does like 40%. Then we've got Dazzling Gleam, which I can use against the Raichu. Also, Dazzling Gleam covers the Garchomp, as I said. Umbreon, it covers a great deal. I did consider running Ferium Z for the Umbreon, but it didn't quite do that extra enough. So I was like, you know what, we can deal with that. Mega Abomasnow should be able to cover that with U-Turn. U-Turn also really, really helps with the Alolan Raichu. The Alolan Raichu, after I think how I've run this, no, I didn't do the change in the end, but the U-Turn does I think 75-ish damage. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of chip damage on the Alolan Raichu, or do a Sorry, I've got the hiccups. Do a U-Turn, expecting like a HP ground or like a Thunderbolt. Go into Donphan, even if it does Psychic, it probably will do a Psychic type move actually. Like I keep on my one issue this week is I always think that Alolan Raichu is Electric Fairy. I keep on forgetting that it's Electric Psychic. So it could do a Psychic type move. I think I could bring in Donphan, I could bring in Scizor, I can bring in Blastoise if I really want to. Bring in Porygon too. I have options. I have options to bring in after a U-Turn. Really expect it to come purely for that reason. Then on this thing we have max special attack, 176 speed with a timid nature, so more speed and less attack. Yeah, so essentially this thing is U-Turn also takes out Alakazam, I think. Off the top of my head, I think Alakazam was taken out by U-Turn. But yeah, we have this means that we outspeed Alakazam by 1 point unless it's Scarfed. If it's Scarfed, then yeah, I don't think it's going to be Scarfed. I really don't feel that Alakazam is the Scarf Mon for this team. I think it's either Victini or Garchomp, to be completely honest. But, yeah, and then we have 80 in HP, so I was like, I'm just going to chuck it in HP, to be honest. And then max special attack, just to get that extra bit of damage off. So yeah, I hope that this is going to work for me this week. I've gone back to my old kind of method of having a defensive, especially defensive Mon, a setup Mon, a hazards Mon, kind of a couple of like special Mons, a special fast sweeper, a slower sweeper. Yeah, I think hopefully this is going to be okay this week. Hopefully we are going to be quite destructive. I feel good because I've looked at all of them. The only Pokemon that I'm kind of concerned about is Mega Bombsnow because I only have 2 Mons on this team to cover it, but every other Mon, I have 3 or 4 Mons on this team that can do some kind of coverage against it, even if it's stalling it out. But yeah, that is it for this team builder. Tune in tomorrow, this time tomorrow. If you're watching it as it come out, you're probably not. But 3 o'clock tomorrow, the battle will be coming out, so please do go and watch that. Yeah, hopefully this is going to be really fun. I feel good about this one. I think I just need to remain calm and not panic, because I know I'm very liable to panic. But yes, that is it for today, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Turn on notifications, go watch the video tomorrow, and I will see you soon.